What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! It's June! Hey, man, we got the official final game of the 2024-2025 NBA season. Game 7, number 4th ranked Indiana Pacers at the number 1 ranked OKC Thunder. Hey, man, the overall NBA season at this point right now, if you guys are on the tube side watching this, comment down below, how did you truly feel about this NBA season, man? This is the final last game. I mean, this is what every true Hooper NBA fan should want. 7-game full series. After this, we will not be having and seeing any NBA until October, right? NFL season's coming up, maybe like 2.5, 3 months, but it's going to be what? Nothing but MLB and WNBA? Hey, man, may the best man win. This defines legacies. This defines eliteness. The Pacers, Halliburton, Miles Turner, Sycom, the Benedict dude, McDonald's, Neesmith, Highsmith, no, Neesmith, the Nembhard dude, Top and Avobi, and the rest are nobodies. The Thunder, SGA, Hartstein, Chet, the Dort dude, Jada, the other Williams dude, Caruso of Alex, Wallace, Wiggins' brother, and the rest are nobodies. Game 7 is here. Win or go home situation. Who wants some more? Let's check it out! All right, who wants some more, man? Win and get the championship or go home. It should be the Warriors playing right now, let's be honest, but next year, we there. We there next year. That's nice. I ain't gonna lie, in these types of game situations, SGA, you gotta take at least 30 shots. A hooper like myself, I'm taking 35 shots. You're the MVP of this season. You know what I'm saying? Chuck everything you've seen. This is the final. This is game 7. Same thing with Halliburton. Halliburton needs to have no less than 25 shots by the time this game is up. Like, you gotta leave it all on the line right here. It's wide open? They wasted all their energy in the intros?
Puts it on the floor. Little fake, kicks it back out. Siakam, Halliburton lines up a long three-pointer. Got it.
Okay.
Williams on the drive. Forces up a shot. Good defense from Siakam.
Hallie, damn near by the logo. Damn!
Back-to-back threes for Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton very aggressive, looking for his shot. Another three-point attempt.
Plank.
That one short. Williams
they got the board.
right there to pick it up.
Hallie again? Holy moly! Bro, he has 3 threes already? Oh, we got a 3-point fest right now. They're not wasting time. Pre-53s by each team. Topping. Hallie. It's on the ground. SGA, they running. Swing pass. Jada, fast break. Oh, no. No. Oh, my fucking gosh. No. I thought he just tripped. I low-key don't want to pause on him like this, man. Hold on. Bro, what happened? Damn, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel bad, bro.
Nembhard also a superb backup point guard. Siakam.
I gotta still play. Obviously, we'll see extra clips after the game is up. Bro, I wonder what the injury was. Hey, Pacers got the lead so far. Caruso's wide. I mean, you got to keep playing. It's very unfortunate for Howley, but you can't just give up. You got to keep playing. It's game 7.
Pulls up, elbow jumper, got it.
Got McDonald's.
Discourages him, tries again.
Ain't no way. Nah, Shed is a cone, bruh.
Okay, he's struggling for 3 again. Gets inside, layup off the glass. Took some contact, backed it home, timeout. Yep. Will be tested here tonight in game 7. Luke Dort lines up 3-pointer.
Damn.
Not been able to get those.
Hey, it's a tied game.
5 of 27 for 3.
Hey, everybody should be able to answer that.
The first 3 rounds. Gilgeous Alexander blocked by Siakam.
That's a good block. I'm actually genuinely surprised. I like this. I want competitiveness still. Mathurin or Benedict? Wait, that's his name, right? Both of them. This is crazy. Bro, in the OKC home stadium, too? And one! Bro, banged himself on the head. Low-key a silver threat badge.
Fires up a 3. Got it!
Alright, bro. Okay, yo. Once again, bro, who is Nimhar's handles trainer, man? Step back on a 7-footer like those?
Andrew Nimhard from way downtown. Pacers take the lead.
All right, second half. Hey, it's still a close game. You got to give credit to the Pacers. Howley's still not there. Whoa! Lou Dort! They got the 3 right back. That don't matter. 1-point game still. Got J-Dub running. Damn, he still got that? I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was sent to the cheap seats. Finally, Turner scores.
Turner nails the 3, struggling all finals from that distance.
Look at Turner, some garbage, bro. It's tall for nothing.
They're 10 of 20 from 3-point range. SGA tries to answer.
Damn.
His first 3-pointer, he was 0 for 5.
Oh, SGA, I heard that you're struggling from a 3. They said you 0 of 5? Before that?
The pass. Williams open 3.
Box. All right, don't lie. Multiple possession game now.
But that's his shot. He had an open look. He's hesitant right now to shoot that through.
Bro, McDonald's, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's a solid casual, bro.
McConnell on the drive, pulls off shot.
What the fuck?
McConnell mayhem once again, and here in game 7.
Did he just look at the Oklahoma City benches and just say timeout?
Gilgeous Alexander, Holker with the flush.
McDonald's?
Gets to the rim.
Yo, bro, I'm about done with these new generation NBA players, bro. Like, it just gets to a certain fucking point. Bro, it's like, it's not trying to offend McDonald's, bro, but, bro, the basketball that I was watching growing up in the early 2000s, bro, come on, man. We're not even gonna bring up Jermaine O'Neal, bro. We going to Ben Wallace. Bro, Ben Wallace literally would have deflated that basketball, bro. You can't make this up. This dude is 5'7.5",
So confident.
past a 6'7" and then over a 7'5" player.
Gets to the rim and scores again.
Hey, you got to give credit to the Pacers right now, bro. They staying in this game. OKC y'all are selling bad right now, low key. At home, their star point guard is out, down.
PJ McConnell pulls up.
Yo. McDonald's about to go for 30+ in the finals, bro. No way.
He is dominating here in this third quarter. Despite all the turnovers, Indiana just down by 4. Williams, Hartenstein. Picks it out in the corner. Casey Wallace.
Oh, they double teaming him. Nah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, okay, see, that's some down bad activity right there, bro. Dude. A dude that will be washing Jermaine O'Neal's shorts in the early 2000s getting double teamed in 2025, bro. This is crazy. This is down bad. They got the layup, though. It worked. Say what you want. It worked. These brothers are starving, though. Hartstein, I seen that. Nah, Hartstein's the first nigga to get broke by his own teammate. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to cancel you, bro. Just a few games. You know, obviously, this is the last game of the season. Both teams, so it's gonna go over to the next seat, bro. A little smooth 7 games. How you get broke by your own teammate, man? And you can't say he tripped over someone. He didn't trip over nobody's foot. We just replayed it twice.
Williams in the basket. That lethal left hand once
Shit
again
worked,
for
though. He
Jalen
finished.
Wiggins starts the fourth. Spins against Mather. Caruso and SGA play catch. 7 out of 24.
Step back.
SGA.
Uh-oh, look at the score. It's turning into a blowout. I mean, are you surprised? There's no Halliburton right now. Get that out of here! All right, fourth quarter, midway.
Splits the defense, kicks it out. Williams a three-pointer.
Not gonna lie, it's not looking good for Indiana. It ain't looking good for Indiana.
Gets it inside. Siakam tries the jump shot and drills it.
It's about a 40-point game right now.
Indiana, which has been able to score points in a hurry all season long. One of the best.
Gotta make it free throws. Shaq playing defense?
The NBA championship on the line. Mather gets into the paint, running layup, banks it home. Beautiful shot from Mather.
I don't know. There's some plenty ball game left. They just need some stops. Damn! A double pack? 2-on-1. I make those in my sleep. You gotta make those.
Surrounded. Nembhard launches a long three. Got it! Nembhard from way downtown, and it's a 10-point game.
10-point game. They kind of coming back. Shit! That's a travel, right? No?
A home run hammer, and it's back up to a dozen. On the drive, Mathurin.
Hey, Matherin's fighting. Give Matherin credit. He's fighting out there.
Indiana hoping for a miracle. Gordon
Whoa, low-key a reach.
comes up with another steal.
That's a reaching foul.
22nd turnover for Indiana.
Uh-oh.
The Thunder
It's
have
over.
NBA by storm.
The OKC Thunder are official 2025 NBA Finals champions. Now, everybody have some class right now. Clap it up for the Pacers. They still fought hard. Prayers to Halliburton. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of bittersweet that the finals ended this way. I wish that everybody was healthy. That's for one. Let's be and to have OKC fans. This is directed to you guys too. Be a little bit humble too. Don't talk too much trash on social media. I honestly feel like this game could have potentially gone another way. Not saying you guys could have lost if Hallie played, but I feel like this game could have easily been an overtime game. If you compare it to right in the beginning of the first quarter, hella clips to look at. I want to see if that doctor dude put out a video on Halliburton. The NBA season is officially over. No more basketball, or at least NBA basketball, for the next 3.5 months. You guys know there's off season. There's a draft that's in the next 2 days. Now, chat. And everybody on YouTube, I want to ask you guys this question. One in the chat, if Halliburton did not get injured, do you think the Pacers would have won this finals? Or two, it wouldn't have been no difference. The Thunder still would have won. You have Siakam going to finish off in the final game of the NBA season with 16 and 4 rebounds. To play 37 minutes with no Halliburton, Siakam, I expected a little bit better from you. You also are an experienced finals player. He played with the Raptors in the finals back then. Siakam should have at least, especially with Halliburton getting out with the injury, should have had 25, bro. Neesmith, 3 points. It's pathetic. Miles Turner, bro. Come on. This is a dude that people consider an all-star for some. This is the best you got, bro? You're the tallest dude in the state of Oklahoma, bro. 6 points, 4 rebounds. You could even get 10 boards. This dude, Miles Turner, man, you're tall for nothing, unfortunately, bro. Take my advice. You need to get a trainer this offseason. Take advantage of, you know what I'm saying, the off time that you have. You shouldn't be having no vacation time. You're 7'2", 7'3" with 0 footwork. Miles Turner got hurt too? Hold up, before I finish talking, Miles Turner got hurt too? No? Okay, anyway, Miles Turner. Take advantage of this offseason. You shouldn't be having no fun time. You need to lock in with the trainer. Start locking in with the Patrick Chewings and the Akeem Olajuwons. Bro, you need to do better footwork, bro. I'm sorry. You can't just sit there and jack up threes. You're 7'3". You should easily be putting up 15 to 20 points. You should have at least grabbed 15 rebounds. In a game situation like this, Nembhard, 15. Obviously, Halliburton, give him a break. He got injured. Prayers to him. You had 16 for the McDonald's dude. 24. 13 board. Double-double for the Mathurin dude. Hey, give Mathurin credit. He was fighting out there. 6 of 14. He was a free throw merchant, 10 of 10. Mathurin was fighting out there. I did see, you can tell in the highlights, he was fighting. He was putting everything on the line. All right, for the Thunder, final game of the season, 18-8 for Chet. Jalen Williams with 20, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. 7 of 20. Not kind of all-star stats right there, buddy, but you guys won, so it doesn't really matter. 7 for Hartstein, 29 and 12. Double-double for SGA, 8 of 27. He actually listened to what I was saying in the beginning of the vid. I say he should take at least 30-something shots. It was close enough, 8 of 27. Not the best shooting percentage. 2 of 12 threes. SGA, you must have forgot you're not Steph Chef looking Curry, man. 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Now, for any of you guys that watched the full game, did SGA get fouled like crazy throughout the game? 9 points for the Dort dude, 10 for Caruso Valles, and 10 for Wallace dude in the final game. Congratulations to the OKC Thunder, man. They're the 2025 NBA champions. Let's look at some extra clips. Pretty sure there is. Let's see if the Dr. Dude got the Halliburton. He does. I guess right. Top and stats. 1 second.
Everyone's worst.
And then we see some NBA Chaz. If NBA Chaz got anything out there. All right. You're telling me to look at top. Obi Toppin. You are a dude that is about 6'10", has a 40-inch vert. You see your teammate went down clear as day. 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. You had more turnovers than points. You had more personal fouls than points. Toppin. Now, you were actually one of the players. Now, so people can't sit up here and say that I'm just bashing players for no. Toppin, you were actually one of the players that I countlessly defended. As soon as I seen you get traded from the Knicks, I'm like, bro, they're sitting up there wasting your talent. Toppin, you don't have any talent, bro. You will be playing overseas in the next 6 months. Start packing your bags. Start learning different, bro. You seen your teammate go down, bro, and you have only 0 fucking points to offer. You are one of the top 5 most athletic players in the league, bro. Toppin, bro, I'm done defending you. You're garbage, bro. In a 1v1, I probably wouldn't even accept the challenge, bro. It'd be a waste of my time. 11 zip. You got to do other things than focus on dunks. All you had to offer was 0 points, bro. You will be playing overseas in 6 months. It's over for you. Your NBA run was nice while it lasted. All right, man. That just pissed me off. I don't know why you guys told me about those stats, man. That just pissed me off. All right.
Everyone's worst fear.
We got Dr. Sutter. Remember, this guy has a doctorate degree in college. He knows his injuries. He knows his stuff. He's going to explain about the Tyrese Halliburton injury. Let's check it out.
True here, as Tyrese Halliburton was injured early here in Game 7, going down with what looked to be a pretty serious injury. to that right lower extremity. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and the goal in this channel is to teach you more about the medical side of the sports world. Now, I think by now most people have probably seen this replay, and unfortunately, when we look at this replay here, I want you to pay attention.
Does anybody at this point, because this video was uploaded 2 hours ago, does anybody know what Halliburton's exact injury is?
Things as we talk about the injury.
I don't know if he has
concern
everything
here
up to
for
date.
Halliburton. Now, number one, here in this position, of course, as Halliburton is going to move and push off, we're going to see how he steps backwards with that right leg.
Oh my fucking gosh.
So
bro, what's with the Achilles injuries, bro? This is getting scary. First Tatum and now Halliburton. Now, we also got to keep in mind, Halliburton, you know what I'm saying, was being a warrior and tough. And he's playing on a calf strain too. So he was playing on a whole leg injury in this game 7. Do you guys think that had an effect or no? Man, bro, that's 2 Achilles injuries in these playoffs this year, man. Adam Silver, you clear as day have to do something. I've already spoke about this when when Curry got injured with his calf strain. Adam Silver is making these NBA playoffs too close to each other, and he's making just everything too close, man. 82-game regular season, and then going into the play-in and then to the playoffs. Adam Silver, it's time to make change. You need to take my advice, Adam Silver. It's time to make change.
This position, his ankle is dorsiflexed. So if we look at the angle of his tibia to the foot is pulled up towards the shin. That's a dorsiflex position for the ankle. What that's going to do is he steps backwards, is it's going to tension. It's going to pull on the whole complex from the gastroc down to the Achilles. As he then goes to suddenly push forward, you're introducing this strong concentric contraction of the muscle while it's trying to eccentrically load as you go backwards to sort of stabilize, build up some of that strength to explode off of. And then unfortunately, as he goes forward, we can see him immediately go down to the court right away. And then the most concerning thing, of course, from this angle here, as he goes to push, right there, we see that classic recoil of, unfortunately, what I imagine is an Achilles.
I see it.
Next, we'll talk about our anatomy model and just the whole concern with, what we saw with Kevin Durant now, this one. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video. Today's video is sponsored by Omnilux. Omnilux is a world leader in medical grade LED light devices for skin. Well, let's go to our biodigital anatomy tool here, just in case this is your first time looking at these Achilles tendon injuries. So the gastrocnemius is going to be the muscle here, and then there's a medial, and there's going to be a lateral head of the gastrocnemius. So 2 muscle heads of the gastrocnemius come down into the myotendinous junction of the Achilles, and then you're going to have the Achilles tendon proper going down lower. Now there's another muscle called the soleus that comes up from the underside of the calf and then feeds into the Achilles tendon from that deep side. And then you're also going to have something called the plantaris. It's this real thin little muscle, very long skinny tendon that comes down and follows alongside the Achilles tendon to insert on the calcaneus. Remember that initial position where Halliburton's ankle was dorsiflexed.
Bro, I've never heard of those damn parts of your body, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. You'll learn more off YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch and Twitter, man, than you will in school.
Next up, that's going to put tension on that Achilles. It's going to eccentrically load that Achilles, and then you violently contract. That's where the Achilles is going to be at its weak spot and where we're going to see those ruptures occur. So if we go back to that play, we look at that recoil. Here in this position, he's eccentrically loaded, heel down on the ground, maximal dorsiflexion, and then as he goes to push off, we see that recoil with the calf going upwards. So let's just talk about this overall big story, right? Of course, we saw something like this with Kevin Durant a few years ago. He's dealing with what the team is calling a calf strain, and then we see him rupture his Achilles. This now, of course, I don't think we've seen official confirmation yet, but obviously that has to be the concern here with that recoil that we saw. Now, the second time we're seeing a player dealing with this calf injury, and I think the big...
Damn, chat, that scares me, bro, because I have a calf injury myself, and we've still been, you know what I'm saying, with the IRLs. Damn, bro. Do I got to take a business or career decision, or I should be straight? Like, deadass, like, oh, this is like a no joking matter right now. You just seen Kevin Durant had a calf injury, remember, before he tore his Achilles. And then the same thing with Halliburton, bro. Damn, this is stressing me out, man.
Overwhelming point here is we have to understand that these guys going out and playing is not without risk. The team can say...
This is a non-joking matter. Y'all be mature, bro.
He's going to be fine. It's no big deal. He's going to push through. It's not going to be a big deal. But that's not always the case. We can see where these things can happen. And now we've got an example of a second-time injury that's resulted in this clear, serious, probably going to keep him out for all of next season. I think
what?
It's really hard to understand here with...
No! I thought it was just maybe like a few months. They're saying the whole next season?
this is the team has been calling it a calf strain. I wonder if all along it was
I ain't gonna lie, genuinely, bro, because I mean, you guys already said it was a torn Achilles by this point. He, bro, that's, I ain't gonna lie, that's just sad, bro. Prayers to Halliburton, man. He left everything on the line this NBA season.
Or of an Achilles strain that was being labeled as a calf strain, because if you think of this whole muscle tendon unit, anything in this could be considered calf strain, I guess. Remember, way back when Shams was first reporting, I think after game 2, Halliburton said he was dealing with an ankle thing. You don't describe a muscle in the calf as an ankle thing.
Wait, hold on.
I really...
Somebody made a poll and said, is Flight really injured? And 77% voted nah. You think I'm lying? Bro, I'm putting my entire... Bro, I'm literally playing in survival conditions and putting my health and basketball career on the line. And that's what you think? Like, bro, who made that poll?
You do wonder if what was going on all along was more of an Achilles tendon strain.
Bro, never will fake an injury,
presented to us as a calf strain potentially, because again, if you're dealing with a true strain in the muscle is going to be the weak point in this whole system. If something's going to fail, it's going to be that muscle up here that's going to fail, as opposed to the tendon failing down lower. The weakest point in that chain is going to get injured. Now, I think with Halliburton here, right, you know, we still hold out some hope that maybe some of that recoil we were seeing was just the muscle, but I really don't think so. I think we have to be assuming here that this is a full Achilles rupture because of that recoil. I think best case scenario, we're just dealing with a serious worsening muscle strain, but I've not seen a muscle strain recoil like that. So I think this has to lead to a much change in the narrative going forward. Whenever we hear from these teams and they say, you know, the injury is this, the injury is that, it can't get worse, it's just some simple minor thing, no big deal. Be aware that, number one, we don't always have the full story. We don't always know exactly where in that whole muscle tendon complex is the injury. We don't know if it's tendon. We don't know if it's myotendinous junction, if it's truly muscle like they're implying it to be. But we have to take everything that we're hearing from these teams with a grain of salt and also realize that they're going to try and paint a positive picture as best as possible. They're not going to say in this situation, Halliburton is seriously injured, there's a big risk if he goes out and plays, because that sounds unsafe. So I think, you know, maybe lightning struck twice here in terms of what we saw with Durant and what we're seeing now with Halliburton, but I hope this makes everybody have a different understanding of when guys are trying to play through injuries and understanding that there's usually more to the injury that we don't know. I am absolutely gutted for Halliburton. I grew up in Indiana. Indiana is definitely like my home state, and so this has been terrible to see. I wanted to see the Pacers win. And I hope that, number one, we're all wrong. I hope this isn't a rupture. I hope we're just seeing something unusual with the replay, but I think that's what we have to assume, and I hope that it really starts to change this narrative about what injury risk people have going into certain situations and how we need to be presenting all this stuff to the public and the fans going forward.
Wow.
That's it.
So, I mean, now from the looks of it, too, basic calf strains, people are going to be out longer because you're going to have to take precaution. You know, and for the people that are real hoopers and understand and know that I have a calf strain now and know not to troll in situations like this, like, bro, it's scary, man. Because I didn't even know that. I thought it was just different levels of certain. Like, I didn't know, like, your calf is connected to your Achilles. You know what I'm saying? We basically learned that in the video. It's just basically, like, you know, the same tissue, but different forms of, like, the layer of it that's called different things, bro. Wow. All right, man. NBA Chaz. And let me know, guys, this is like the last game of the season, so let me know if anybody's tweeting out certain things or there's tweets and all that other, you know, stuff like that. All right. Okay, so we got a few left center fields. Let's do the actual stuff first. We got more stuff about the Kevin Durant trade. Apparently, he was traded while having a live interview where he was at today. We'll look at the speech. Remember, the speech is most likely going to be blocked on YouTube, so the VOD will be up.
Kevin Durant has been traded.
All right. We'll look. We got everything. Let's just go and look at this. We talked about this earlier. KD traded with a live interview.
The Houston Rockets
Let's see his
with Jalen
initial
Green,
reaction.
Dylan Brooks.
Then we go back to the
10
championship
pick
stuff.
And 5 second-round picks, and he found out while doing a live show at Fanatics Fest. Here's his reaction.
At the Fanatics Fest? That's crazy.
We'll see what happens, but I'm excited. Great young core, great coach. I think he's going to be a great fit there. A lot going on right now.
anything new? Anything you want to tell me?
I think they're pretty solid, pretty much the same the last couple weeks.
Can I introduce you for the first time ever, maybe, as Houston Rocket Kevin Durant?
That would be very fitting right now, yeah.
What does that feel like? It happened moments ago here at Fanatics Fest. What is going on?
Fanatics Fest is crazy. If you haven't been here and been tapped in, anything can happen at Fanatics Fest, like me getting traded. But being part of the Houston Rockets, I'm looking forward to it. Crazy last couple weeks, but I'm glad it's over with.
Kevin, I watched you. You didn't find out then. You knew before, right?
I had an idea, but I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. So I'm glad we kind of did this on stage. It worked out. Fanatics Fest.
Why the Buns treating KD like that, man? This is an NBA Hall of Fame legend, bro. KD, why they act like they ain't he ain't putting up 25 points a game still, bro?
Third had that moment.
It was
y'all have that much respect for KD to trade him during an event in New York, bro?
Unbelievable. And then I watched it, and honestly, every tooth is showing. You were smiling. What did that feel like? How do you feel? How happy are you?
You know, when people can just hang your career in the balance like that and just choose what they want to do with your career, it's a nerve-wracking feeling. But being able to kind of dictate what you want to do and then being with a team that values you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Kevin, people are going to hold on to that dictate what you want to do. Did you have a hand in this?
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, they asked me where I wanted to go. Some of my destinations I gave to them, and here we are.
Can you tell me what you know? So I'm going to follow you wherever you go. I'm going to be your biggest fan. I want to know why Houston. Obviously, close to Austin.
They could have waited at least until Monday, though.
You know, Amen's there. Jeff
Trading him during the finals is just crazy. This is like, it's different when a consistent casual is traded during the playoffs or finals and they're not playing in the, currently right now. But it's like, bro, this is Kevin Durant.
Why Houston?
We had a great season last year.
Y'all could have waited until Monday.
Yeah, I felt like I'd be a good addition.
Are we recruiting Russell Westbrook? We're going to bring all that? Okay.
After that, we just got one thing figured out today. We'll figure the rest out as we go, It's still early.
You seem very happy. Why are you turning from the camera?
My bad.
I'm not just talking to you. What is heavy? Micah Parsons, which is here. Do you want to recruit him to the Commanders? Yeah. Micah, get on in here.
He's talking about some BS now. All right, next clip.
The Oklahoma City Thunder already have their championship parade.
Rick Carlisle's not happy seeing OKC championship parade buses. No way. This is a troll.
Parade buses for if they win the NBA Finals, and Rick Carlisle was not happy seeing this video before Game 7.
Coach, yesterday you talked about your love pressure, and this team has brought on comeback performances and buzz beaters, of course. How would you describe the team's effort in execution of this season so far in those difficult circumstances?
I just saw a video that's probably going to go viral of some buses, open-top buses, presumably for their parade that are already painted with them as champions. So that's all I'm thinking about right now.
What? So they just leaked the script? Adam Silver, you got some explaining to do, buddy. What the fuck? Y'all leaked the script before the game was over? How do you sell that, Adam Silver?
Rick, what did you think when you saw that video?
I already talked about it.
Bro, mad.
For Game 7, what about preparing for Game 7? Is there anything in particular that you've told the team about the stuck in the mud nature and the fact that points historically for the last, I don't know, I think it's been 35 years, have been very hard to come by on these Game 7s?
That hasn't come up.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you.
So what? Do something.
All right.
During Game 7,
we have NBA players react to Halliburton's Achilles injury.
Prayers
to Hallie once again.
With an injury, and ESPN spoke to his dad in the locker room, and his dad confirmed that it was an Achilles injury, which is just a heartbreaking way for him to end the season.
His dad was there too, man.
Halftime,
Imagine.
The Pacers lead by 1 point, so hopefully they can pull it out for Tyrese Halliburton. But NBA players took to Twitter to react to Halliburton's injury, and LeBron summed it up with one word. Jalen Brunson said, "Prayers up, man." Donovan Mitchell said, "These calf strains ain't no joke, man. Praying for Ty. We know KD played through that calf strain before doing his Achilles." Trae Young said, "Prayers, never want to see that." Josh Hart said, "Ty," with a lot of praying emojis. Josh Giddey said, Hallie with sad faces. Karl Anthony Towns said, "You never want to see that. Prayers up." And Grant Williams said, "Prayers up for Halliburton. Praying he's all right." And as I said, the Pacers lead at halftime by 1 point. Let me know who you think gets the job done in Game 7 to win the championship. I am hoping the Pacers can get it done for Tyrese Halliburton.
Hey, man. Sad stuff, man. I hope Hallie can get, connected to, like, you know, I don't know if it makes a difference with Achilles tears. Maybe a really high up doctor or something, like overseas, and maybe it can lessen like the time he's out, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, come on, that's actually dangerously detrimental to your career. Like, you get an injury like this in a Game 7 of the finals, where it's just like the very end stretch of the NBA season, because it's really 3 months until the next NBA season starts. It would be different if he would have got, you know, let's say injured. Nobody wants to get injured, but obviously if he got in, let's say, first round, you know, then nobody would be having to worry about him. But him missing an entire season potentially, bro, like that, like Adam Silver, that's a wake-up call that you need to change. Like I said, once again, the way you separate these days in the formats and all of this stuff like that, like, I don't know,
for the first time.
All right, so we have the final speech. Well, hold on.
Joined by...
Okay, now let's do this first. I think I just leaked out the finals MVP by accident, but we're going to see it anyway. We got the OKC Thunder full championship presentation. Remember, everybody on YouTube side, you see this edited, that means it is blocked. The VOD will be up on Twitch.
Present the 2025 Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award.
Oh, we get it. SGA, huh?
For the first time in 25 years, the same player won the regular season MVP, the scoring title, and now he's your finals MVP.
What?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Damn, first time in 25 years. Won the MVP, scoring title, and a finals MVP. Last time was 2016, James and Irvin. 398, 377, they're in the middle. They outscored Jordan and Scottie Pippen. But to be fair, though, the NBA game wasn't evolved at that time. There wasn't like threes. Nobody was shooting. It was looked down to shoot threes like that. So they're basically saying that J-Dub and SGA is better than Jordan and Pippen. You have Halliburton on crutches meets Pacers in tunnel.
Are because of how hard he has worked. It's not just about the dream, but the realization of how difficult this is. And then on the other side,
W. Halliburton.
Pacers.
The leader
Sad,
of the
man.
Pacers greeting his team. It's going to be hard to do tonight. But they need to keep their heads held high. What a performance from this Indiana Pacer team.
Damn. So now thinking about it, do the Pacers like go after like a all-star point guard for potentially being prepared for Halliburton to miss next season? Or they just wait for Halliburton to come back and let McDonald's develop a little bit more? You think McDonald's can play like he played in the finals in the regular season?
They gave everything they had, fought tooth and nail, emptied the tank.
If I'm the Pacers, I'm going to go ahead and trade Toppin. Trade Toppin and trade some draft picks. Get a solid point guard that can be temporary until Halliburton comes back. Somebody in the chat said Lonzo. Yo, hey, I ain't going to lie. Hey, that would be pretty solid. They could probably get him for the low, too, because low-key right now his stock's not the highest because he's injury prone. Bro, but that would be a solid pickup.
Of their first NBA title.
W Mob. Yo, hey, this is lame. Why are you following them, bro? That's lame, bro. Was that too far? One in the chat or two, they're just doing their job. W Mom right there for supporting his son.
He wanted to be on the floor with his teammates, and unfortunately, injured his Achilles.
We heard an awful lot about
Reggie
small
Miller.
markets,
Is that Reggie Miller? No, that's
ratings,
somebody.
etc. This has been an absolute privilege
Maybe
of a series to be involved with. All of these men gave their heart and soul. These coaches coached a great series. Richard, Mike, what an absolute privilege.
For anybody, any basketball fan that loves great team basketball with hard-working defense, these two teams made you remember why you fell in love with the game. Right.
All right. Any other clips? Let me see. Anything on Chaz more? Or he just dropped locker room celebrations and then SGA's interview. Perfect timing.
Iron Patton, OKC Sports Radio. Shai, you've been a champion for about...
Let's look at the locker room celebration first.
He's going to be in a great winning situation for the next 5 or 6 years. Now, can they continue winning? Can they stay healthy? Can they resist what Pat Riley coined the disease of more? Because every player is going to want more time, more shots, and more importantly, more money in a small market.
So
Smitty, when I look at the best players on the championship team, no question SGA's that guy. You played with Tim Duncan. You played with LeBron James, right? You kind of understand that pecking order. What does that do for the rest of the team when you get to the NBA Finals like this?
Well, it brings everybody's confidence, and I think when you look at it, the hard work that pays off.
Oh, it's his wife. My bad, SGA. W-wife.
To get, like he says, greedy.
And his
but
son,
also go
too,
back to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What I love and watch this maturation and been talking to his trainer about, he's still got a room to go because it's the three ball.
They have bottles on deck. Look at this shit, bro.
People don't understand. We watched a guy win the MVP and do all these accolades, basically from the mid-range and the free throw line. You get the three ball for him, that'll make him quicker, that'll make him more dangerous. Guys got to pick up even earlier, and then the guys will be running at him. And you know this, Channing. It will be unbelievable if he can start to make 4 to 5 threes in a ball game.
Maybe I'm comfortable. And to get back to that graphic about in this day and age, this is a bigger guards league. Yeah. Shaq is physically dominant. Obviously, I think that was Wilt or Kareem who was Kareem. Physically dominant. He's 6'4", 6'5", and he's playing in a league where people average 100-something points. So we're saying you can score and your team wins, and you're the best player. To add those three things up doesn't usually happen, especially when you play a team like the Pacers, who have
Panda Boom done finally dropped again. We'll check it out right afterwards. Finally.
I think we're not taking
shout out to Panda Boom.
Maturity in the
Clutch
setting that SGA is. He has set the culture here and made sure
all jokes aside, man, make sure y'all
he's a basketball head.
Send Panda Boom some well wishes.
You look at Jason Williams.
Never know what anybody's going through.
Jalen, sorry. You look at all these guys, and you're like, wait a second. All y'all are starting to bleed into each other. They're unwavering in their confidence and in their work, and that is something that is. They're going to want money somewhere else, but what they have here, they need to stay here as long as possible.
You know, and I compare to after I won my first championship in Detroit, right? And you look at winning it from the point guard position in a league that has been dominated, you know, by the small forwards, the centers, and the bigs. But to do it at the point guard position, it takes a special person, special personality, and then to be able to score and be unselfish from that position. Now can you come back and say, okay, to really put the icing on top, the question is, can you do it again? And that's you know, on that graphic that we showed, all those guys, you know, at their positions, they came back and did it one more time to really make it, you know, stand out.
Well, let's stay on that point because this is the 7th champion we've seen in the 7th consecutive season. It's never happened in NBA
Crazy
history.
thing is, the people with the media team back here, they're taking a risk. They don't got no goggles on. I don't know if they got like a lens protection on their camera.
Here with the team to
There's about 100 bottles of you over there, yo. Risking
One thing all of us know, we're not looking at this roster and saying, wow, up age, he's getting older. These are young guys. Yeah. Everybody,
OKC.
Holmgren, Hardenstein.
Now, bro, are these real OKC fans, one in the chat or two, or they're bandwagons?
They all can add to their game, but what they do have, Isaiah and Channing, they defend, and your best player defends. There's room for improvement on everybody's game, individually, physically, and then obviously experience. They won this one, so that gains like 2 or 3 more years of experience.
SGA been trying to open the bottle up for 30 minutes, bro.
He's not even close. So you think about him in the next 2 or 3 years. It is scary how good this team can be, and you're led by your guy, and you guys know this because you did it. I'm the best player, and I defend.
And I defend.
And I defend. There's not a lot of superstars.
The way that OKC buys into each other is their most dangerous attribute. They buy into each other's success, which means they hold each other accountable. When somebody isn't rotating correctly, Dagnall's allowed to put somebody else in.
That shit finally got the ball open.
That's something little, right? That's a sign of respect. Right now, like, I'm not getting mine. This has shown that teams can win. You can have individual success.
Hey, everybody on that team about to be lit before they get to the damn shower of the bus.
5 blocks tonight? Yeah. What was
Fuck
his
it.
impact? Did you see? The us was above.
Let me know also when the finals, they always do a finals parade like a few days later. We'll react to that too.
Everything that was necessary on that possession, even if it was shoot it when he hadn't made it. He shot it because it was what was necessary.
And to Channing's point, right, when you look at brought it in this game 7, had his best game
in 90. And trusting in each other, that's scary for the rest of the...
All right, let's do the SGA's post-game interview.
I guess 45
We don't gotta look at the full thing.
There, that list gets even shorter. Now that you guys have crossed the finish line.
Oh wait, it's short. I'm tripping.
And are you able to?
What y'all think of SGA shoes? You think it's something to cop?
A real short list of guys who've won MVP and Finals MVP in the same season. Yeah, the scoring title in there. That list gets even shorter. Now that you guys have crossed the finish line, are you able to wrap your head around that historic company that you've joined?
Yeah, it's hard to believe that I'm part of that group. It's hard to even fathom that I'm that type of basketball player sometimes. As a kid, you dream, and every kid dreams, but you don't ever really know if it's going to come true. And I'm just glad and happy that my dreams have been able to come true, and that's a thank you to everyone that's been in my corner that's helped me get here. I wouldn't be able to done without them. They know exactly who they are. So yeah, it's a win for the family.
Shea, obviously, you had the moment with Halliburton after his injury. I mean, what can you just say about, the competitor in that team and him as well? What did you say to him in that moment? And,
yeah, I just asked him if he was all right. It seemed like he was in pain. You just hate to see it in sports in general, but in this moment, like, my heart dropped for him. Like, I couldn't imagine playing the biggest game of my life and something like that happening. It's so unfortunate. It's not fair.
And WSU.
Competition isn't fair sometimes. But yeah, I just felt so bad for him. And just asked if he was okay. Obviously, he wasn't. But prayers go out to him for sure. Hell of a player. Future's bright. That team's going to be really good for a long time. Yeah, impressive team, impressive player. Wish them the best of luck.
All right. Is there any other clips, y'all? Anything else on Twitter? Let me know now. Now's the time. You think SGA is the face of the league? All right. It looks like there's nothing else. All right, let's move on. All right, y'all. Y'all be seeing this on the main channel since this is the official last NBA game of the year. Comment down below. Also, one in the chat. Who do you think will be, or not one in the chat? Yeah, no. I'm tripping. One in the chat, will the Thunder be back here next NBA season? One or two? Somebody else. And who will that somebody else be? I got two. My Golden State Warriors, we will be back next NBA. Well, we will be in the finals NBA 2026 season. I think the Thunder, in my opinion, I think they can make a nice playoff run next year. But to repeat 2 times in a row, I don't see it. I don't see it. But congrats to the OKC Thunder again. Prayers to Halliburton. The 2024-2025 NBA season is now officially up, man. Next year, when it comes to the NBA games, we'll let you know ahead of time. There will be a lot of different styles of content I will be doing. I will be attending more NBA games, also more NBA events. The Reacts is still going to be there. We'll probably, if at most, maybe miss a few games because we will be attending these games, or we'll be, having NBA events we'll be going to and participating in more, getting a lot more like vlog-styled IRL stream content if allowed. Depends on whatever game we go to. And mixing it up, man. I will be excited to see my Warriors next NBA season. Woohoo!